Hi everyone, welcome back. Happy holidays. Today I'm going to be taking you through a 15-minute intermediate vinyasa flow. You shouldn't need any props unless you prefer to use blocks, then you can go ahead and grab those now. And we're going to get started at the back of our mats in forward fold. We'll start by taking the feet a little wider than hip distance apart, finding a soft bend at the knees, and then releasing the arms or the backs of the hands, letting go of any tension in the face or the jaw, maybe starting to flutter the eyes closed. And we'll start to bring some movement into the legs by shifting the weight from the right to the left foot, and continuing to move from side to side. And as we find stillness, we'll lengthen through the legs, tenting the fingertips, and inhale to find a flat back. As we exhale, we'll fold forward, and then bend back into the knees, press into the heels, and roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time until we come to stand. Inhale as you bring palms together overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Hinge at the hips, will fold forward. From here, walking the hands towards the top of our mats, finding high plank. We'll start to draw the belly button up towards the ribs, staying high on the toes, gaze between the thumbs. Finding a seal between the lips and channeling our Ujjayi breath. From here, we'll draw the right knee towards the right elbow and hold. And then bring the right foot to meet left. This time we'll take left knee to left elbow. Hold. Good, again, step the left foot back. We'll do one more of each. Inhale. And last side. From here, we're going to come to a modified upward facing dog. So we'll leave the arms as they are, start to lower the hips, but stay on the toes. Broadening at the shoulders, lifting the gaze. And then as we engage the core, we'll come back to plank. On your next exhale, lifting through the hips, drawing the heels towards the mat, downward facing dog. Taking any movements here, or maybe taking stillness here, whatever feels right for your body. And then shifting the gaze towards the toes. We'll inhale as we lift the heels all the way off of the mat. And then taking the gaze towards the hands, we'll walk forward, staying on the toes until we come to forward fold. Inhale, tent the fingers, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend at the knees, press into the heels, roll yourselves up to stand. We'll bring the palms together overhead and then come high onto the toes again. See if you can bring the hands to the heart, and as you exhale, bend at the knees, sink the glutes towards the mat. Chair variation. Let go of any tension or tightness in the face. Engage the legs. Sink a little bit lower. Go ahead and release the heels. And then you can rest the triceps on the knees. Taking 2 rounds of breath. On that last exhale, bring the fingertips or the palms to the mat. Press into the heels as you lift the hips. Forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend at the knees, press into the heels. Come all the way to Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale, the palms touch. Come high onto the toes. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart, bend at the knees, sink the glutes down. From here, we'll drop the heels towards the mat, release the fingertips in front of the toes, and then inhale, lengthen for forward fold, rooting through the palms. We'll step both feet back, coming to high plank. Nice big inhale here, big exhale. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Draw the belly button up towards the ribs. See if you can shift forward even more, bringing the shoulders beyond the fingertips. And then shift back, finding a stretch in the calves. Inhale, we'll come back to neutral. From here, we're going to come onto the pinky side of the right foot. Lift the left fingertips overhead and then stack the left foot on top of right for side plank. Lifting the hips a little bit higher, channeling our breath. Maybe taking the gaze towards the left fingertips. And then we'll make our way from here to Wild Thing. Left toes come behind the body. Lifting the hips high, the left arm comes over left ear. Good. From here, we'll release the left hand down, come high onto the right toes, drive the left knee up towards the nose, hover here, and then flex the left foot. We'll step forward, runner's lunge. Inhale as you reach the fingertips overhead, crescent lunge. And then exhale as you clasp the hands behind the back. See if you can drive the fist along the inside of the right leg, opening the heart and chest. One more inhale here. One more exhale, release the hands, reaching the fingertips back overhead. Exhale as you fold forward, framing the left foot. From here, we're coming into Warrior 3. Shift all of the weight into the left foot. Float the right toes off of the mat. Flexing the right foot and lowering the hip down. See if you can bring the hands to heart center. Take a moment here to check in with the face and the jaw. Reminding yourself to focus your energy on the parts of the body holding the posture. From here, we're going to come to stand. Bring the right leg alongside left. Inhale as you reach fingertips overhead. Come high onto the toes. As you exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Bend at the knees, sink the glutes towards the mat. Go ahead and sink a little bit lower. Release the heels down. Make your way all the way to squat. Here for 2 rounds of breath. Hands or fingertips come to the mat. Inhale as you lift the hips, forward fold. Exhale, see if you can come a little bit deeper, drawing the belly closer to the thighs. Leave the palms where they are. We'll step one foot back and then the other, finding high plank. Leave the arms as they are. Lower the hips, broaden at the shoulders, lift the gaze, upward facing dog. Squeeze the belly, we'll come back to plank. Lift the hips, draw the heels down. Downward facing dog. Come high onto the toes. Shift the gaze towards the top of your mat. We'll walk the feet all the way forward. Lowering the heels once we get to forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, fold. Step one foot back. And then the other, finding high plank. This time we'll shift onto the pinky side of the left foot. Stacking the right foot on top of left, reaching the right fingertips overhead. Keeping the hips high, maybe the gaze follows the right hand. From here, making our way to Wild Thing. Right foot comes down to the floor behind the body. Right arm reaches over right ear. Lifting the hips higher. Feeling that expansion in the right side body. Maybe even the front bodies. Go ahead and release the right palm. Come high onto the left toes. Right knee comes towards the nose. Hover here. Flex the right foot and we'll go ahead and step forward to runner's lunge. Inhale from here, reach your fingertips overhead, crescent lunge. As you exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. This time the fist comes to the inside of the left leg. Open the heart and chest. From here, squeeze the core, release the hands. Inhale, we'll come back to neutral. Fingertips are overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot. Our right leg is now our standing leg. We're coming to warrior three. Keep the left foot flexed. Lower the hip down. See if you can bring the hands to the heart. From here, bringing the left foot to meet right, mountain pose. Take a moment here. Inhale as you reach the fingertips overhead. Come high onto the toes. Exhale as you bend at the knees, sink the glutes down, bring the hands to the heart. See if you can sink the hips a little bit lower, until you come all the way down to a seat. And then we'll come into boat pose, reach the fingertips towards the top of the mat. Maybe keeping a bend at the knees here, or seeing if you can reach the toes up higher. Remembering to breathe. One more inhale. As you exhale, lower the feet down. Wrap the arms around your legs. Nice tight squeeze. One more time, we're going to come back to boat pose when you're ready. Take the fingertips at shoulder height. Shift the weight towards the back. Lift both feet. Staying here, or maybe coming to low boat. It's okay if you shake. Take one more round of breath here. Inhale, we'll come back to a seat. Lower the soles of the feet down. Arms wrap around the legs. And then from here, we'll reach the hands towards the back of the mat, planting the palms, fingertips are pointing all the way behind us. And then heel toe the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. From here, we'll inhale, lift the hips, come to reverse tabletop. Find some rocks forward and back. And see if you can shift the hips forward and come all the way down towards the heels, leaving the hands where they are. And then we'll inhale as we open the heart and chest. Exhale, bend into the elbows, finding a shoulder stretch. Press into both hands to come out of this. We'll wrap the arms around the legs once more. And then we'll adjust ourselves on our mat so we have enough space to lay down. Keeping a bend at the knees. And we'll find some windshield wiper movements with the legs and the hips. back to stillness. Without using the hands, we'll place the right foot on top of the left thigh. And then float the left toes off of the mat, coming to a supine pigeon, clasping the hands around the left shin. Release the left foot back down. We'll switch sides again, seeing if you can do so without using the hands. Remembering to keep the left foot flexed here to protect the left knee. Float the toes off of your mat when you're ready. And as we release the right foot down, we'll send the feet all the way to the bottom of our mats. Reaching the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. And allow yourselves a few moments here to regroup, to let the effects of the posture settle. The video will end on its own, so you can either pause it or just let the video finish and continue to lay in Shavasana for a few more breaths. Thank you so much for joining me for another virtual practice. I'll see you next time. Namaste.